finally here. Welcome everyone to Rio Tinto Stadium for the 2017 4A State Championship match between the East Leopards and the Alta Hawks. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. What a match we have coming up for you here today on High School Rewind. We already mentioned the state championship a lot clearly on the line. We start by introducing the visiting Alta Hawks, and this is a team that comes in 17-1-1. In fact, the only team to not lose to Alta on the season or to not be defeated by Alta on the season. The Skyridge Falcons, who was a Region 7 opponent, they went 0-1-1 against Alta. Everyone else has not found a way to beat or tie the Alta Hawks. They come in off an impressive semifinal victory, 2-1 in double overtime over Box Elder, and it was a game in which Jet Solis got the double overtime golden goal, did so beating Watson from Box Elder's short side, and it propelled Alta to this state championship game. Even though it was just 2-1, it was a match in which Alta gave up a very early goal off of a corner, but then they controlled and really possessed and a lot of shots on frame. Some that were just barely off. That was a game Alta really dominated, could have won by a much larger margin than they did. This is a team that has incredible balance scoring. When you look at their front line, guys like Kokerscheit, we already mentioned Solis, a lot of kids who can really chip in offensively, including Lorimore. This is a very talented offensive squad for Alta, and defensively very good as well along that back line. And tell you what, the keep Tierlink has had a phenomenal year, 7.5 shutouts this year for the Alta Hawks, who come in on just an impressive streak. But when we talk about impressive streaks, you need not look any further than the East Leopards. This is a team that won Region 5, Alta won Region 7, so a couple of region winners scoring off for the state championship. But the Alta Hawks coming in, and Trevor Elders, we mentioned Tierlink for Alta. Elders with 11 shutouts on the season. That is good for number 1 in the state and number 1 in 4A, tied for number 1 in both. But nonetheless, atop everyone, Elders has been fantastic. He's going to have his best performance of the year today against a very good Alta High School squad. The back line for East has been very solid as well. The defense, but they're going to see some crosses and some wing play today from Alta that they haven't experienced in Region 5. The offense going to be big. Yves Govina, he has led this team in scoring for the majority of the season. Been quiet the last couple matches Yves has. Watch for him to have a big game. And then the senior Matt Barker, he has leaped up, tied with Yves for number 1 in scoring for these East Leopards. But how about Ryan Jibu? We've called him Mr. Playoff, 5 playoff goals in 3 matches. The offense been impressive for the East Leopards here during the season and in this playoff run. Statistically, these two teams very similar, offensively and defensively, both region champions. One will be a state champion. Which one? We're about to find out. Kickoff coming up next from the pitch here at Rio Tinto Stadium, the 4A State Championship. And the 4A State Championship underway here from Rio Tinto Stadium. The designated visiting East Leopards in the home whites as this ball out, and Alta will have the throw in. Alta, of course, in those road black and red kits. Hammond to throw in, looking ahead for Barker. Barker marked tightly by Sidwell as this ball played back to Tierlink. He'll rush out to pick it up by Colby Young. Young, one of the senior defenders, and a really good one for these Alta Hawks as Rodriguez sends the ball ahead. Garta missed it. Alta possessing here, far side. Looking to send the ball ahead. Trying to give chase there was Solis as this ball played out by East. Excuse me, it was Kyron Sidwell on that far side for Alta. Hawks looking for service in the box. Cardenas there to play it out. Young, Barker again. It's going to be a fun battle to watch. Barker not afraid to play that physical style. See that often from the senior forward for the Leopards. This ball over the top. It's Lorimore in the box, and great job by Cardenas coming in. The tackle put on and winning it away as Alta can't possess it. We mentioned that back line of the Leopards. Cardenas, one of them. Rodriguez, very solid season this year for East. Hammond playing the ball ahead into space. Jackson Skinlow back on the pitch today for East. He missed the semifinal. Had some sickness, but good to see number 2 for the Leopards back on the field. 5 goals on the season for Jackson. Is a good challenge there by Cardenas. Picking this one up is Josh Affleck, now ahead. Patience here by the Hawks, far side. Christensen out there defensively, and the foul there called on Alta. Rodriguez will play this back to Elders. Cardenas tried to head it over for Hammond. Jiba able to dribble through a couple of Hawks. Skinlow looking to play ball up the line for Hammond. Hammond trying to get there, won't be able to catch up to it. Sidwell throwing in, was trying to get it to Affleck. Skinlow there. And the challenge in the air is this ball sent ahead, no one there for Alta. Cardenas playing ahead. That ball unable to be possessed by Plowman, is able to get it outside. Back to Plowman now. Middle of the field with Heaton wide. As Anderson looking for a ball ahead. He had the equalizer in that semifinal against Box Elder. Coming late in the 73rd, it was Jack Anderson tying things up and eventually sending that into overtime as Alta plays the ball out. Holbert outside with Christensen, now back to the midfield and Holbert. Good ball ahead for Jiba. Jiba has to slow it just a touch for it. Able to possess, has Govina. Try to get it to Eves on a run. Broken up, however, by Sidwell defensively, and it's Alta now with an opportunity coming the other way. Lorimore ahead, over the top. Solis trying to get there. Hammond racing back. Solis stepped through it. Hammond able to play ahead to Holbert. I mentioned Anderson's equalizer. Solis, we talked about it in our open. He had the game winner as Govina touches out to Garta. A nice job coming through that time by Anderson as Barker over the top looking for Govina. This one takes a hop, and there's Tierlink to make his first play of the match. That duo up top of Govina and Barker combined 24 goals on the season. It's been really, really good for Coach Shank and these East Leopards, and they'll do that often, set each other up. Barker calling for a ball. And that ball played by Holbert near side, and it's a little bigger than teams used to as Lorimore here. Getting stalled. That ball nearly got through. Good play by Christensen from the top of the 18. Wide here for Alta as our first 5 are complete here in our 4A state championship. The 5A game prior to this one ended up going to a shootout. These two teams a little more aggressive offensively than we saw in our 5A. Great play by Jiba to get around Lorimore as Jiba sends the ball over the top. Colby Young will play this wide over with Plowman. Space, time for Plowman. Garta coming up outside Anderson. Lowry was making a run to the line. It's where Anderson goes with it. Affleck with service. This ball gets through, and Jiba filling in on that backside, able to play it out before Lorimore was able to track it down. Rodriguez will come up. Misplayed it. Center. And that ball unable to be sent on frame. Alta the follow. Holbert there to just body off the opportunity. Alta still possessing here as Barker coming back in support. Great ball movement. It's in the box. Elders with the save. The shot by Dylan Heaton. And Trevor Elders comes up with his first big play of the state championship. How about the possession by Dylan Heaton, taking on a couple of East Leopards, and boy, nearly had the opening goal as Skinlow there. Uses those arms to bring Heaton down right at midfield. Ball touchdown quickly by Alta. You see the Hawks. They like to get up the field quickly. Here's Solis, gives it right back to Lorimore. The center, and it gets past Elders. The first goal of the match. It's Josh Affleck, the junior, and in the 8th minute, it's 1-0 Alta. 8 minutes in, and all that pressure by this Alta Hawk offense, and it's Affleck, his 4th goal of the season, putting the Alta Hawks on the board. These two teams met in the first round of the playoffs last season. It was the Alta Hawks with the 1-0 victory off of a goal by Moss. It was a set piece from about 34 yards out. This one much closer. As on the switch, Christensen can't handle it. And Nick Lorimore setting up that beautiful goal by Affleck. As we've seen Alta a couple times able to get it in the box. Here's the shot by Solis that skies high. Elders able to catch it easily. Looking to throw it out. How about that throw by Trevor Elders? Gets to midfield. Jiba with it. Has Barker to his right. Jiba still possessing here. I think he wanted to touch it to Govina, but broken up on the play, and it's Colby Young coming away with it. Good touch to the middle. No one there as Solis was trying to get there. Holbert plays wide here to Hammond. And my apologies, our clock stopped here at Rio Tinto. So we noted 8 minutes. We've played a couple since the goal, but we don't have an official time any longer here in this first half. We'll hope they get that updated. Here's far side, and again, trying to get around Dylan Rodriguez. Nice job by Dylan as he'll retreat. Lowry with some help. Anderson to Affleck. Anderson. And Hammond there to break up the pass. Over the top. This ball headed back. Barker trying to race down. He and Young. Young tried to play around him, and it will roll out. Barker here to throw in. Plays back with Holbert. Barker. Jiba. Plays to Holbert in the middle. Holbert. Now the step up by Jiba, but that shot well wide. The clock back rolling now is in our 10th minute. Holbert gets his head on it. Jiba plays the ball for Garta. Garta able to stick with it. Has Govina. Govina tried to touch it through. I think he thought Skinlow still might have been in the area, but he had started to retreat as it will roll out and Alta to throw in. Heaton. Hammond to throw in. Jiba. Back to Cardenas. Now Rodriguez. Wide as you see the speed of Anderson coming up quickly. Forces the turnover, and it's Alta again. Looking to put on the offense. Affleck looked for a ball ahead, and Lorimore had called it off. Newberger and Harrison have come on for the Leopards here in our 12th minute. And this is Harrison able to take it away. Looking for a ball ahead for Barker, played out by Plowman. Harrison trying to throw it into Barker, top of the box. Colby Young able to get ahead on it. Barker touches to Skinlow. Skinlow from 25, and that deflected wide. Newberger trying to throw in to Govina. Broken up, but to Holbert. Plays over to Christensen. Couple Hawks there. Christensen trying to get around, and Alta looking to counter. That ball stepped in front of by Hammond. He's trying to get McDaniel on a run for Alta. Skinlow's ball will come out of play. Sidwell. And getting it back is McDaniel, but then he gave it to Hammond. In play from Dylan Rodriguez, looking for Newberger near side, and that too tall for Max. Lorimore coming back on for the Alta Hawks. As McDaniel coming off, receiving some instruction from Coach Mitchell as we've got a hard hit here in the air, and well, that's Wyatt Harrison who was going for the ball, but He stayed down as the Hawk defender went up, and Harrison's still down. Harrison was able to jog off. Good to see after that hard hit. Oscar Sanchez coming on for him. Grotehouse playing a ball wide, deflected by Sanchez out. Center, Elders able to catch it. Couple of Hawks were there. Solis as well as Lowry, but Elders standing tall. Should mention with that goal coming, Trevor Elders will not be the lone #1 goalie in shutouts. He will end the season tied at #1. This ball thrown in, Cardenas coming up. Nice play there by Cardenas, finding Skinlow. Govina. Barker on a run right through the middle, and boy, that just a touch hard for Matt Barker. Almost a great opportunity for the senior. Harrison back on for East. Brandis Smith coming on as well. Barker in the box, and that one just shallow of the post and out. Kenny Kokerscheit checking in for the Alta Hawks. Is Lowry coming off? That's a swap for Coach Mitchell of his second leading scorer for his first. Here is Kokerscheit. Looking to play a ball into the middle and broken up by Christensen. Over the top for Barker. Barker there. Colby Young able to cut it off before Barker could possess. Looking right back down the field, and Harrison able to head it up. Heaton controlling. That ball just beyond the outstretched Lorimore as Harrison will let this ball roll out. Harrison throwing in here, gets over the top of Govina. Grotehouse to Kokerscheit. Good patience as he'll drop it back with Sidwell. Space for Sidwell. Solis tried to touch it along that sideline to Lorimore and out off of Alta. Throwing in, looking for Newberger, and the foul here as Newberger was grabbing the jersey of Sidwell. Newberger played it out. This ball thrown in, looking for Solis. Cardenas there defensively. Affleck left that one for just a second. Harrison's clearance deflected out. Nice job plucking that ball out of the air by Heaton. Newberger to Holbert. Space for Holbert. Had a collision between Harrison and Kokerscheit and saw them exchange handshakes. Play back by Rodriguez. Govina trying to man up Alta right at the line. Here's Christensen looking for a ball ahead for Sanchez. Sanchez's speed won't be able to get there. In our 20th minute, still 1-0 the advantage for the Alta Hawks. As Alta can't keep this ball in play far side. Skinlow coming on here for the Leopards. Is Alta able to clear it up? Kokerscheit midfield. Johan Rodriguez, who just came on, receives the throw-in. Tries to play wide Harrison. Boy, the speed of Alta, so impressive. Appears as though there's space, and next thing you know, 2-3 Hawks right there. Here's Lorimore, marked by Harrison. Looking for a ball into the box, and there's Rodriguez to play it out off of the shoulder of Jackson Skinlow. Barker coming back to help defensively as he finds it in his possession. Has Garta up the wing. Garta gonna try to get there, and he will. Garta, the center, deflected out, and they say out off of the Leopards. Barker, nice job racing back. Able to get that as Lowermore was maybe a little tentative. Ball just in front of Skinlow and sent up by the Hawks. His elders will hope that this rolls back as Solis was racing down there for the Hawks. His name is Jet, first name is, and couldn't have a more appropriate one. He's got great speed. Also a kicker for the football squad for the Hawks. In fact, both kickers on the pitch here today. Barker for the Leopards and Solis for the Hawks. Here's Garta with it in the box. Garta to center. And that ball between Barker and Jiba as it rolls out of the top of the box. Christensen with it. Over to Harrison is Solis. Coming back to give Harrison some trouble as he takes it away, and Harrison deflects it out. Harrison calling for a substitution. Hammond will come back on, but not yet. Harrison's going to have to find a way to grit through this last little bit as it will roll out, and here will come the sub. Thrown in for Garta. Trying to head it up and over the top. Skinlow, great job of shielding Skinlow away by Bell, and it's the Hawks. How about Johan Rodriguez just sticking the leg out there? Still defending here, and it's the Leopards coming away with it. Garta for Barker in the middle. Chipping the ball for Brandis Smith. Another collision in the air there as it was Plowman able to win it. Ball coming for Jet Solis. Hammond racing back. And Hammond able to just touch it away from Solis for the time being. Lowermore looking for service, and it's Christensen to head it out. Jiba chips over for Skinlow, has Garta. Sidwell trying to race out there for the Hawks, and it will be out off of Alta. Garta can play back to Hammond. He will. Hammond can serve to Barker, and the roller saved by Tierlink. That's a shot that normally Matt Barker is going to get a little lift on. And those balls stay on the turf, slows them up just a little bit, makes it that much easier for a keeper like Adam Tierlink, the senior. Mentioned 7.5 shutouts this season. Hasn't had to do a lot yet. Good opportunity there for East that goes unconverted. And here in our 25th, the score remains 1-0 for the Alta Hawks. Jiba will play back to Rodriguez, now near side Hammond. Garta trying to get around Sidwell, and that ball last touched by the Leopards. Garta tried to head it up for Barker. Good idea by Rodriguez, trying to get there first and play it to Hammond, but Alta again is there. Ball chipped over the top. Headed ahead into the box, and there's Cardenas to play it out for the throw-in. Kokerscheit to throw in. That ball cleared away. But it's Heaton. His shot doesn't get through. A run by Jiba. Barker able to get it over the top, but there's Colby Young staying home. He'll drop it back as Tierlink will clear it up. Lowermore. This ball off the side of the foot of Heaton. Holbert, Newberger, and Govina coming on here for the Leopards. Kokerscheit looking ahead. Broken up, but Kokerscheit finds it again. The shot, and Elders there, and True squared up. He'll roll it to Hammond. I think East has an extra guy right now, and no one recognizing it. Coach Mitchell furious as Brandis Smith needs to rush off And he will get off, but the East bench was all yelling. I think there were extra guys, and Coach Mitchell not happy right now by the crew not recognizing that. It was a late sub by Govina coming on. I never saw someone come off, and Brandis Smith ended up coming off, but minutes later. Brandis Smith gets booked here in the 29th. Officials came over, gave him that card from the bench for being that extra man. Kokerscheit trying to square up, and Cardenas had come over. Kokerscheit down. We're playing through. Heaton over. And boy, Christensen, that may have been a handball. It would be a penalty kick. But the flag was up, I believe. And we've got an offside call. An interesting last couple of minutes. We had 12 men on the field for East, and then we had what looked like a handball. And neither of them hurt the Leopards here in the first half. As that ball, Lorimore can't connect, but it's Alta keeping it. Kokerscheit. Patience working around Holbert. Kokerscheit with a strike, and it's wide of the post. Elders will play it with Rodriguez. Jiba for Christensen, and Christensen won't be able to keep that ball in. Holbert able to shield off Lowry. Hammond has Bell marking him. Newberger now with it as he'll drop it back. Cardenas looking up for Skinlow. Rodriguez trying for Barker. And Colby Young had that one read all the way. Holbert with it, and he's going to get tripped up here by Bell. Govina to take the kick. On net and just wide. Boy, Tierlink getting a piece of that. What a strike from Govina. And it will set up a Barker corner. It'll actually be Max Newberger who just comes to the corner as Barker heads off. Tierlink able to leap and pluck it out of the air. Not a bad ball from Newberger. Tierlink remaining solid here in our first half. Mentioned Barker had just come off. As Harrison back on for the Leopards. Ball ahead for Lowry, drops it to Lorimore. Nice move by Lorimore as he looks to serve, and no, this is a shot on frame. Elders there had Kokerscheit running in the box, but couldn't get through to him as Newberger tried to play it around Heaton. And it's the Hawks again possessing. Heaton finding it again along that sideline. Sidwell's touch is just beyond Lorimore, as it will drip back into the box for Tierlink. We mentioned in our open, Govina has been a guy that led the Leopards in scoring for most of the season. It's been a few matches for him, and you see that kick that he takes from 35, 40 yards and an absolute rope. Can tell that Govina understands state championship on the line here today. He is hungry. But this has been the case for much of this first half. This ball, the flag is up. This won't matter. Flag is up. Play is offside. The Hawks pleading their case, Kokerscheit amongst them. The fans thought it was a goal. They would have loved it. Would have made it 2-0. And with the way Alta's playing, boy, that would seemed to feel like an awfully tall mountain to climb for the Leopards as this ball played to the middle between Jiba and Govina, and it's the Hawks coming away with it. Up the line again, it's Lorimore. Newberger marking, and Cardenas there. His clearance deflected out. Thrown in for Barker, who's back on here for these last 6 minutes of our opening half. Headed right back down by Sidwell. Holbert bodied down from behind. The whistle and the foul on Lowry. Hammond all alone near side. Instead, Rodriguez going to send one in the box over the head of Govina. Skinlow there, and the handball on Skinlow. 35 minutes complete here from Rio Tinto, our 4A state championship, as this ball headed out by Christensen. Thrown in for Heaton. Able to step around Skinlow, now drops back. Midfield to Ethan Bell. Playing it wide to Sidwell, who comes up. Barker able to break up the play as Cardenas, I think he wanted Skinlow ahead and tried to send one right through Holbert. Typically that doesn't work. Kokerscheit playing wide. Here's Lorimore, and Lorimore shoots it over the crossbar. More substitutions, and this time our official much more careful, making sure that 2 come on and 2 come off. I will say this, going back to that Brandis Smith yellow, the official allowed the late sub by Govina. Now it's up to East to get the player off, but there was not much help there by the crew here to favor East. Kokerscheit with a shot here, and that is well wide of the post. Garta trying to head one up. Once again, Colby Young solid on that back line for the Hawks. Kokerscheit has help outside, plays it ahead to Lorimore. Lorimore to serve, and Dylan Rodriguez there to head it out. Got to get it out, and there he will. Lorimore again, able to get around Hammond. Lorimore to center, and Rodriguez again there from that center back. Looked like a shot attempt from Heaton, deflected by the Leopards, unable to get through. And now Garta will clear it to the other side. Tierlink to Young. Time and space for Colby Young. Looking for a ball over the top. Dylan Rodriguez racing back. Holbert to Johan Rodriguez. Rodriguez can't control it. And that's Grothaus for Alta. Trying to get it back. Couple of Leopards there, and we're going to get a foul call here from outside the box. Alta to take this kick from just outside the box, and I think it's Heaton as Jiba able to head it out. Barker there to take it away. Plays wide for Govina. Alta racing back defensively, and Govina, he'll slow things up here, playing to the middle with Johan Rodriguez. Is on our clock, says that we're through 39 here. Drop back to Tierlink. Guess he'll clear it up. Trapped by Cardenas. Christensen able to find Johan Rodriguez. A lot of space right now in the midfield for East. I have that feeling Alta trying to pack it in defensively, not give up a late goal here in the half. Govina tried to get a shot off, and it's Colby Young there to play it ahead. Kokerscheit can't keep it in. 20 seconds left here on our clock as Hammond looking to throw in. Will do so to Jiba. That bounced off the side and cleared up and out. The countdown is on, but it's only for the first half. Midway through, 40 minutes complete, and it's the Alta Hawks. A goal in the 8th minute from Josh Affleck, and the Hawks lead the Leopards 1-0 at the break. start of our second half. Because we've got a foul here on Barker called early on. Lights are on here at Rio Tinto. Only one night game this season for the Leopards. This ball headed up and over. Elders there able to get it. Leopards lost that game to Pleasant Grove 2-1. Rolled out to Cardenas. Come over for Rodriguez. Rodriguez near the line. Playing to Holbert. Man on from behind. It's Solis. Solis rested the last 10 minutes or so of that first half. He'll be fresh. He's out the Hawks here with the 1-0 lead. 40 minutes away, well now 39 from a state championship. The Hawks last winning in 2015. Of course, they were 5A then. And the East Leopards looking for their first state championship since 2006. Here's Matt Barker up the field along the line and deflected out by Plowman. Barker will play the corner. This is an area where East has been much improved this season compared to last. Set pieces from the corner. Barker will take it here in our 42nd. Ball curling in. That's loose and cleared out of the box by the Hawks. Cardenas has it, trying to find a shot. And this one will be wide. I'm not sure who it was. It may have been Grotehouse, but tell you what, Tierlink, he's got some thank yous to hand out after that one. Nice throw in. Rodriguez able to step in front for the Leopards, but couldn't possess it. Solis able to pluck it away. Up the line, and it's Christensen stepping in front before that ball could find its way through to Anderson. Plowman throwing in here quickly. Anderson near side. Turning in. Anderson to the middle of the field. A left-footed shot, and Elders to one knee to gather. Again, he'll throw it out. Govina had that one come off of his noggin the wrong way, trying to get there defensively, and he will. Jiba with some patience to Skinlow. He'll play wide. Christensen will call off Garta. Allow Alex to get up. Christensen back to Rodriguez. Over to Hammond. Time and space for Alec Hammond. Looking for a ball to Barker, and that was played behind him. Rodriguez being aggressive defensively coming up. Holbert. That one came off of Holbert sharply. Solis far side working against Hammond, and Hammond there to get there. Solis gets it back. Opportunity for service in the box. That ball squeaking through. Garta can't clear it. Will leave for Christensen to do so. His clearance deflected by Grotehouse, and Alta still possessing here in the offensive third. A wall pass broken up, finds its way through to Grotehouse. Grotehouse, and his shot deflected by Garta out. Alta to the corner. Dylan Heaton from the flag for the Hawks. A low ball that crosses the end line. Ball sent ahead for Jiba. A lot of space for Jiba. Has Skinlow running with him. Barker, top of the box. Leaves for Skinlow. Trying to get there is Sidwell defensively. Skinlow, patience to Barker. That ball gets through. Govina has it from top of the box. Off the crossbar from Yves Govina. His second strike, and that one didn't miss by much. We've said Govina can really strike it, and his second just absolute beautiful shot today. Neither have found the back of the net. That one close. Govina with space. He's going to try here from 40, and that ball off target and out. Tierlink from the 6. Cardenas heading it back up. Barker. That ball sent right through the wickets. Jiba coming up. He gets tripped up. And the whistle here, East will have the free kick. Barker and Govina line up. This has Yves written all over it. Yves, the shot, gets through the wall, but not through Colby Young. And Alta able to evade the opportunity there for the Leopards as this will bounce back to Elders. In play quickly to Rodriguez. Space for him as Solis comes running up. Garta couldn't possess it as Anderson rushing back at midfielder. As he'll head up. Boy, nearly had a run past that back line of the Leopards. Instead, it's midfield with Heaton playing wide. Affleck lofts one over the top, and Elders once again will tell the troops to let the keep pick it up. Christensen able to find Holbert. He's doing a much better job here possessing, particularly in the midfield here. Struggled with that in the first half. Here's Hammond. Drops back. Skinlow surveying. He'll switch it. Christensen coming up. Christensen turns inside. Christensen a ball ahead for Barker, and Colby Young there once again to shield Matt Barker just enough to slow him up before he could get to that through ball. Ball taken away by Skinlow. No, nice job sticking with it by Affleck. Thought Skinlow had that one won. Ball right back, and Cardenas able to chip it up and over the sliding Grote house. This ball sent in on Elders. He'll roll it to Cardenas. Christensen. Holbert will play it out to Hammond. Has Jiba up the line. That's where he goes for Jiba. Nice step inside. Ryan Jiba, top of the box. And boy, how about Dylan Heaton? A nice job of from the side just sticking that leg in there and able to poke it away from Jiba before he could create an opportunity, as we've got a whistle here, the foul called on Jiba. The kick from Young. Ahead for Lowry. Cardenas marking the ball. Heaton sends the ball in. A slow roller for Elders. In our 50th minute now. East has had a couple of real nice opportunities in this second half. Skinlow plays the ball out for Hammond. Again, there's Lowry marking him. Back to Cardenas. Tries to switch it. Christensen playing the ball ahead. That ball past Plowman. He let it go. Garta racing down. Plowman will drop for Tierling. Tierling's clearance gets a lot of air, not a lot of distance, as that ball is out. Christensen throwing into Harrison, who gave a little bit of a fake. He tried to then touch it around Plowman, but couldn't catch up to it. This ball takes a high hop, able to be kept in play by Lorimore. A ball ahead for Solis, and got a good 10 yards in front of him as Elders will pick it up, rolls it out with Cardenas. Man on for Hammond here from behind. It's Kokerscheit. Force the ball ahead. Unable to connect, but a good challenge by Barker, and it's Harrison possessing. Plays it to Smith. Smith looking around. He'll find Christensen now to the back line and Rodriguez. Kokerscheit again coming up on Hammond quickly. Jiba. Jiba looking to Smith, and Smith couldn't corral that pass. The Rocket had to be coming from that far side. It's a ball ahead. Finds the chest of Sele. Hammond ahead to Jiba. Space for Ryan Jiba. We'll get it to Brandis Smith. Has Harrison to his left. Tried a through ball for Barker, and Colby Young there for Alta once again defensively. Newberger has come on for East. Daniel Smith on for the Alta Hawks. Christensen was able to find Govina. He got tangled up by Jack Anderson. And a whistle here, the foul gonna be called on Harrison. In play by Plowman. Settled by Sidwell. Up the line. That ball in play. A nice job by Brandis Smith there defending to play it out. Thrown in here to Ethan Bell. To the middle, Kokerscheit. Time and space. Wanted over the top, trying to go to Jack Anderson, and it's Wyatt Harrison heading it out. Plowman. And that ball given away to Holbert. Nice control by Holbert. So he plays with Cardenas. '55th minute. Christensen able to find Barker. And Barker couldn't catch up to that. Kokerscheit trying to do so for Alta. Cardenas there. Nice tackle by Cardenas. Kokerscheit still with it in the corner, and his center deflected by Cardenas. Bell. This ball chipped into the box. No one there for Alta. Thrown out to Hammond. Chipped ahead, Barker. And the foul here going against the Leopards. Kokerscheit had that one sneak underneath. As East will play back with Elders. Kokerscheit went in the air, and Elders played it right under him to Rodriguez. Hammond, Govina. Govina stepping around Heaton. Govina threw a couple of Hawks, playing a ball ahead. Barker to serve, deflected, and Young heading out. Heaton now with all sorts of space. Solis, far side, tried to go back to Heaton, deflected out off of Jet. Hammond trying to throw in quickly. And we'll actually have a substitution here. Johan Rodriguez coming back on here for the Leopards as Smith comes off. Thrown in, Newberger. Touches to Govina. Rodriguez. To Christensen, got to be quick here. And boy, there's a hard challenge, no whistle. Surprise there as Christensen got a solid hip check from Jack Anderson. Govina has it, space for Govina. Trying to step around, and Alta's seen that move a time or two as it was Heaton winning it. Excuse me, that wasn't Heaton, it was Smith instead. A ball into the box for Kokerscheit is beyond. Juan Rodriguez here. Boy, good ball there from Alta. Nearly had their sophomore forward, Kenny Kokerscheit, 9 goals on the season. Nearly had him with a prime opportunity one-on-one. That ball from Hammond was trying to get Newberger on a run inside. Is this ball sent over the top for Kokerscheit again, but he won't have a chance on this one. Hammond plays to Holbert. Christensen tried to send the ball ahead. It was Jack Anderson who caught one high, able to deflect it, and Kokerscheit possessing for the Hawks. Harrison coming back, and that is out off of Alta. I think Kokershy that time a little frustrated. He didn't have much communication from his teammate to let him know that Harrison was coming back quickly. Hammond has Newberger up the line. And that ball was inside of the line. Hammond unable to track it down. Cardenas defensively. Leading the charge. Looking for some help. A ball ahead for Harrison as it's Plowman. He's able to step in front. So he gets it back. 60th minute. Wrapping up here from our 4A state championship. The Hawks now being very, very patient. Heaton at the midfield. That ball taken away by Johan. Jiba trying to shake a few Hawks. He'll use his teammates to find some space. Rodriguez again with it here. Plays to Holbert, has Hammond wide. And that ball too far out in front. Grotehouse. Trying to get around Holbert. Holbert sticking with it there, deflected, and that ball out. They say out off the Hawks. And we actually had a foul call, so Dylan Rodriguez will take this kick for the Leopards. Multiple substitutions both ways. As this ball ricocheting, Govina trying to settle it. Skinlow will race it down, plays it to Jiba. Help to Hammond. Govina, I think he let that ball roll through thinking there was someone else there, and Garta here called for the foul. Top of the box, and it is Jiba to clear. That ball couldn't be controlled in the air by Sidwell, but he has some help with Colby Young. Sidwell, nice ball through to Affleck. See these touches by the Hawks, played to the middle, coming up was Christensen, and it left Grotehouse. Rodriguez trying to help, and that ball sailed high off the foot of Zach McDaniel. A great opportunity for the Hawks. Others down quickly, recognizing a lot of Hawks down in the offensive end, trying to take advantage. Jiba chipping it ahead for Barker. Young there to tackle and play it out. Skinlow touches back for Hammond, tries to center it. That ball doesn't get through. Ball over the top for Kokershy. Elders racing back. Rodriguez was there. Govina at midfield, playing the ball up for Jiba. Patience here for Govina. Govina to serve to Garta. Garta the header, and Tierlink is there. Boy, I don't know if Plowman knew that Garta was on that backside, but fortunate, Alex Garta nearly had he had a great opportunity at the equalizer there. Tierlink solid is another foul here at midfield. Grotehouse looking to Kokershy, and it's Christensen with it in the air, able to win it. Garta trying to chip up and over, headed right back. Here's McDaniel. Service is behind everyone, and to Jiba. As Jiba able to clear it out for the Leopards. This ball bouncing around, another opportunity. That shot deflected. Rodriguez, and a great job there in the box of Rodriguez, not fouling and able to get it out. Here's Garta now. Number Skinlow backside if he can get it through to him, and he won't be able to. Great defensive play by Noah Plowman. Christensen able to stretch out and break out up the pass. Handball. Rodriguez from the other side of midfield. Jiba. Space in the middle. Jiba, he's got a shot, and this one, I think it got deflected. It did. A corner here for the Leopards. The East fans on their feet for this corner from Matt Barker, looking backside and headed out of the box. Holbert possessing. The strike from Holbert is sent high and wide. That ball headed up. Ball for Solis, and just behind him is Christensen, able to retreat. Alta still with it. Here's Anderson. Anderson trying to serve Rodriguez. Able to head it away from the top of the box. A high one here. And the shot. This one off the foot of Bell. Misses everything. Elder's kick. Christensen there defensively. Christensen sticking with it. Opportunity here for the Leopards to Govina. He's got Jiba wide with him. Govina, I think he wants the shot instead. Trying to get around and shouldered down. And the whistle here, a kick coming up for East from 28 yards away. 68th minute. Barker will take it just off the crossbar from Matt Barker. What a shot from the senior forward for the Leopards. That one 3 inches. And a high kick there by Garta. The foul on Garta is the 16s, one from each side. Getting overly physical. Hammond couldn't clear it. Centered, and there's Rodriguez to play the ball ahead. Garta heading it up. High hop. Plowman can't corral it. It will bounce to Barker. Chipping a ball over the top. It's Govina in the box. Govina, the shot, and it doesn't get through. Blocked away. I'm not sure. I think it was Heaton who was there to deflect it. If not him, it was Colby Young. But boy, the opportunities for the Leopards here in this second half, they can't deny. They have had a couple of them. And the Alta Hawks defensively have been able to keep the Leopards with that big 0 on the scoreboard here as we've just wrapped up 70. Christensen able to get around. Christensen with the lane. Scott Christensen in the box. And down. Our official had the whistle to his mouth. There's the point. And a penalty kick coming up here for the Leopards in our 71st. Yves Govina from 12 yards. A chance for the equalizer in the 71st minute. The senior. Can Tierlink get the save? He does! Adam Tierlink with a huge save on Govina. Alta erupts, and they should. Tierlink with what has to be the play of the game. The big save on the PK in the 71st off Yves Govina, who has just sent absolute rockets towards the goal all night tonight. And the student section cheering out their senior keeper's name, Adam. And he has done a fantastic job tonight. This ball into the box. And this one sent over the top by Seth Lowry. Great opportunities by each team's leading scorer. First, Yves Govina, the PK just a minute ago. And then Seth Lowry behind everyone and couldn't get it on frame. Jiba plays back here with Hammond. We play 80. We're through 72. Jiba. Coming near side to Christensen. Christensen, of course, drew that PK. Christensen sticking with it, and the foul here called on Christensen. The East bench didn't like that call, as Christensen, had it not come, would have been behind everyone. This ball headed up by Kokerscheit, right to Elders. Boy, a physical battle there between Barker and Grotehouse, and the whistle here, Grotehouse going to get called. Time becoming an issue here for the Leopards. Cardenas will take the kick. This one headed up by Young. Skinlow trying to get there for the Leopards. Got his head on it, but no one there, and Alta to play it out. Christensen throwing in quickly, wanted Garta, and nice job by Alta, stepping in front by Jack Anderson. Hammond coming up in support, able to head it up to Govina. What a nice tackle made by Grotehouse, able to play it away from Eves. Holbert back to Hammond. Cardenas looking for a ball up for Garta. Headed out by Affleck, who has the goal for Alta tonight. Rodriguez. Garta couldn't possess it. Alta's ball ahead. Rodriguez able to break it up. Garta with it. Garta ahead for Govina, and that ball in front of Eves. Cardenas has Elders behind him. He'll turn it. Near with Rodriguez. Kokerscheit trying to get there. Rodriguez has him sealed. Kokerscheit quickly up, still hounding Rodriguez, and the foul there on Kenny. Cardenas. Hammond tried to center, was in front of Govina, cleared away by the Hawks. Rodriguez gets tripped up there inadvertently. Elders will take this kick for East. He scored on a similar kick against Springville in that first round. Didn't score, he assisted on it. It was Christopher Curl who got the header goal. This one in the box, headed up. Skinlow to the foot, and he can't get a shot away. From just inside, over to Govina. Get a shot off, and it's deflected out for a corner. 77th minute, Matt Barker. Backside. And it is Hammond who will let it roll out. Chris Stevenson has come on for the Hawks as Kokerscheit comes off. He's had a couple of runs here in this second half. Got to be exhausted. Cardenas able to play this to Skinlow. Skinlow tries to navigate that midfield. Garta, and that ball was just through the legs of Skinlow. Ball over the top, and this is Stevenson trying to get there, won't be able to. Thrown in, back to Elders. Christensen up for Barker. Garta had that ricochet off him. Plowman throwing in. Anderson throwing into Affleck, space for him. And Christensen came up, deflected the pass. This ball ahead into the box, Elders there. East faced a similar situation, though there were more goals on the scoreboard against Bountiful. Needed an equalizer from Eves Govina in the 79th to go and eventually win that one. Is a foul here on the Leopards. Hammond was running out of time. And it's the Hawks leading the charge. Ethan Bell here. Plays wide to Anderson. Christensen there. And the foul here called against Christensen. Our clock here inside of a minute. coming down to 30 seconds. No rush here for Alta. Right now, they're trying to take time off the clock. The student fans chanting. Believe they're going to get that state championship. In the corner, Anderson has it deflected out. Alta to the corner. That's going to do it. The countdown is on. The Alta Hawks are celebrating. Adam Tierlink with the play of the game off the PK in the 71st. Pitches the shutout. The Alta Hawks are your 4A state champion. What a state championship game here at Rio Tinto. Again, the final score, the Alta Hawks 1-0 over the East Leopards. And it was an early goal in this one, all the way back in that 8th minute. And a great ball coming the way from Lorimore to Josh Affleck in just the 8th minute. Early, it's 1-0 Alta. The Hawks did a really great job. They utilized their speed. They put a lot of pressure on the East Leopards in that first half. A number of opportunities. East had a look or two, but could never find a way to beat Tierlink in that first half. But really, I mean, the Alta Hawks with their speed and their possession did a really nice job in that first half. To the second half we would go, and this East team looked much more composed in that second half. We saw them do a better job of possessing in the midfield, finding open teammates, passing the ball, connecting with guys. It would lead to a flurry of chances for the Alta Hawks, a couple that would hit crossbars, hit the post, but none better than would be set up by Scott Christensen. A ball that he takes into the box, gets tripped up, draws the foul, and a penalty kick in the 71st minute. It would be Yves Govina stepping up from 12 yards out. Govina, a chance to equalize, and it's Adam Tierlink, the senior keep for Alta, making the big save there in the 71st minute to keep the East Leopards off the board. As we said, East had other opportunities in this match. How about this one? Matt Barker with a shot, and it's off the crossbar. No good. The East Leopards, boy, this second half, the back 40, they did a fantastic job in this, but that early goal proved to be the difference for the Alta Hawks, as it is the Hawks capturing the 4A state championship over the East Leopards. You know, real tragedy, these two teams, obviously both region winners, both scoring over 50 goals on the season, neither allowing more than 20 on the season. They both came in with long winning streaks and absolute dominant play in the postseason. One of them had to win, one had to lose tonight. And for the second consecutive year, it's the Alta Hawks defeating the East Leopards in the playoffs by a score of 1-0. As we now prepare to announce our man of the match, you know, normally we're very favorable to the offensive end, and Affleck had the goal, but Adam Tierlink making the play of the game. That save on the PK, good enough to deserve man of the match tonight for the Alta Hawks. Adam Tierlink, congratulations to him. Number of guys we could have given it to. Colby Young solid on that back line. Was very difficult today for Barker, Govina, some of these forwards to make some of the plays they're accustomed to. But as we said, East had the opportunities. Posts, crossbar, were not the friends today. Again, the Alta Hawks, your 4A state champion. Well, we want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind, a championship edition. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. We'll see you next time right here on High School Rewind.